Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Beginner's Guide for Battlefield 2042. Here, we're going to talk about everything that you need to know to get you going and get you going quickly, help you level up, and just kind of break everything down for you. So I've got 10 tips that are really going to help you out along the way so that you can understand and get into Battlefield 2042 immediately. But before we get started, I want to let you know that we have a Discord. So if you have any questions, if you're looking for a squad, jump in there. Link in the description down below. Also, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting around 1 o'clock Eastern time. That's right, 2 plugs in one. Well, I need the viewers, Kevin. So yeah, here we go. We got that all out of the way. Let's jump into it. Now, starting us off, what are the differences in Battlefield 2042? Now, you guys are probably already aware of the missing legacy features. No voice chat, no server browsers, no leaderboards, things like that. So let's talk about the things that are important that kind of apply to Battlefield 2042 and some of the differences. So here are 3 things that are different about Battlefield 2042 than the previous games. Now, there are a few more, but I figured these are the main 3 ones, and we'll cover some more as we go on. Starting us off, there's armor in this game. There's armor plates, but I will highly suggest don't take up a gadget slot to use the armor. I know that it's available when you first start out, but it's not going to do anything extra for you. It might stop a couple of bullets. There's also a specialist that drops armor for you. So Angel is a specialist, and we'll go into some of the specialists in a little bit, but just right off the bat, he drops ammo and armor at the same time. You run over it, you pick up your bullets, you pick up a plate of armor. That's it. So you'll have 20 plus health on top of your normal 100 health. So you'll run around with 120 health. But again, no need to grab the armor plate. You don't want to lose a gadget slot, to me, personally. I don't think you want to. Everybody plays Angel now. He's really everywhere, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you're concerned, try it out, give it a go, and see what you think. The second difference is grenades. Now, the grenades throw the same and all that, and they act the same. You have different grenades that you can pick up and equip. What I'm saying is to throw a grenade in this game, you now have to select it. So if you're on keyboard, you just select G, and then you hit your mouse 1 to throw the grenade. If you're on console, it's the same thing. You will hit your D-pad, I forget which one it is, and then you will hit your fire button, and that will throw the grenade. However, you can change that to a quick throw. You can go into your options, go to your soldier, for whichever input that you're using, whether that's controller or keyboard and mouse, go to on foot, scroll down and select quick throw grenades. And there you go. You can go right back to, if you press G on keyboard, it'll just toss the grenade immediately, or you can do that for your controller. I don't know, for me personally, I'd probably just leave it alone for the controller. I kind of like it actually, but you know, maybe if you use the claw method, maybe that'll work. I'm not really sure how they do that. Apparently you have to have, like, you double jointed or something. I don't know how that works. If you know how that works, let me know in the comments down below. And the last thing that is different about Battlefield 2042 is the ping system. It's a little bit different. If you played Battlefield 5 at all, it's a little bit different. But in Battlefield 5, when you were first taken down, if you were zoomed in on the person that downed you, you could ping that person immediately. You can't do that in this game. It doesn't work that way. I don't know why, but the ping either is behind you or to your side. It just doesn't work properly. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to work or whatever, but that's what I've noticed. And I just wanted to let you know that if you think you're pinging somebody when you're zoomed in, you're not. Wait for it to come unzoomed and then you can ping them, but you're going to have to target them. And depending on how you're laying, it might be a little bit more difficult. But if you double tap it as you're, when you're down, you can at least mark the general area. However, if you do mark the player, you will actually spot them for everyone to see. There you go. All right, moving on. Number 2 on this list is setting up your loadout. That's right. In this particular version of the game, you have multiple loadouts that you can choose from at the start of the game. However, did you know that you can actually replace those and make them your own and change the name of them? So you have 8 slots. Now, they created slots for you at the very beginning of the game, but you don't have to keep those. You can delete those, you can rework them, you can do whatever you want to do. Take mine, for example. The way I run this is that I don't have a select gun. I change my guns all the time just because I like to experiment. This game is still new for me, so I kind of jump around on everything. So what I do is I just come up with my gadgets. I want to make sure I have certain gadgets ready to go whenever I'm ready to go. I usually have the guns that are going to fit my playstyle for that particular gadget. However, that's not always the case. So right off the bat, I've got Rocket Man. Of course, I've got a rocket, and I can change those out however I want. But then I've also got some C4. I've got insertion beacon. I've got the SOFLAM. Now I've got overall support. I've got a medic bag in one. I've got repair repair tool. That's Mr. Fix-It. And then, of course, I've got some anti-tank mines. So that's how I have my loadout set up. You make your loadout how you want to make it. Change it up. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to make sure it's primary guns, that's important because Angel, I know we're going back to Angel once again, Angel can also drop a loadout crate. Now, there's two things about this loadout crate. Number one, you can just reload all your ammo. So all you have to do is walk up to it, interact with it, and then back out, and you'll get all of your ammo back. Number two, you can change your loadout. That's what it's there for. You can actually change your loadout. So if you're one of those cats that likes to have a different gun for every single loadout, you can do that. You can make it up however you want to make it up because it's your loadout. Call it what you want. Make it work for your play style. This is how I like mine. This fits my play style. Now, speaking of gadgets, number 3 on the list is getting to know your gadgets. That's really important. I mean, you really need to know all about what kind of gadgets that you have and what works and what doesn't work. Right off the bat, you're going to have the basics. You're going to have ammo, you're going to have a med bag, and you're going to have the recoilless rocket. You have to level up to get these gadgets. You don't have to play a specific class. You just have to level up. That's one of the great things about this game. Just keep leveling up and you're going to unlock things. You're going to unlock your weapons. You're going to unlock your gadgets. So it should tell you what level that you need to be. Really quick, the recoilless rocket is not just a direct fire weapon. It can also turn into a locked on rocket. So if somebody has a SOFLAM and locks up a chopper, you can use the recoilless to actually lock onto it. So it is a multi-purpose rocket. It is a direct fire, but it is also a smart rocket when it has a target to lock on. So keep that in mind. But again, all of these loadouts, these are what really are going to help your team. So if you're playing a specialist that doesn't offer ammo, maybe that's something you want to do. The gadget slots are available for you to play how you want to play. You want to be a sniper sitting on top of a tower? Bring a med bag. There you go. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be a sniper with C4, just like, Battlefield 4 days. You can have an insertion beacon, just like all the other Battlefield games. Heck, you can even run around as a sniper with a repair tool. I've never seen that. I want to see somebody do that. That'd be funny. So there, yeah. Get to know all of your gadgets, see how they work, check them all out, and that way you can help make up your loadout. Now, after you've gotten used to your gadgets and you figured all that out, now it's time to pick your weapon. Because to me, this is how you create your play style, and different loadouts could be just different play styles. That's one of the ways you can do the loadouts. So with weapons, you start off with, I think it's an SMG, you have an assault rifle, you have the LMG. All of these will unlock as you level up. Now, there's not a lot to choose from. You only have 19 primary weapons. And I know that's not a lot to choose from the other Battlefield games, but that is what we have, and you can unlock attachments to make them function differently. That's why I think they went this route, because every gun has several variants that you can kind of make your own. And to unlock those attachments, all you have to do is use the weapon. That is the only thing that you have to do with the weapon itself. You just have to use the weapon. Now, there are some particular challenges that you have to do in order to unlock certain scopes on certain weapons, but for the most part, it's just use the weapon, get kills with the weapon, and you unlock attachments for it. Speaking of which, the 5th thing on our list is the attachments. You can unlock attachments by eliminating players and just playing the game itself. But if you're like some folks and you really want to unlock the attachments for the weapon as fast as possible to give you that advantage when you're playing in the PvP area, then I would suggest going into the PvE. Go into the co-op mode and actually play against bots. It doesn't matter what level they are, just matters how many you take out, and you will unlock attachments as you get kills with that weapon. It's kind of grindy, I know, but it is the fastest way to get those attachments unlocked. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. I don't really do it a whole lot, but it is what it is, and a lot of my friends seem to like it, and they think it is very valuable. I think if you just play the game, you're going to get kills, you're going to get some attachments unlocked pretty quickly. Try it both ways, see what you think. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like better. So now that you've got your attachments unlocked, now you can put them in the plus system. That's right, the plus system allows you to make adjustments on the fly while you're in the middle of combat. To add your attachments to the plus system, go to Weapons, click on the weapon that you want to adjust, then click on the plus system, and then whatever arm that you want to adjust, just click the plus to add an attachment to that arm. You can have up to 3 selections for each plus system if the weapon allows it. So to use the plus system, simply activate the plus system, click on whatever it is you need. Now with the controller, you're going to have to use your buttons. So if you're on PlayStation, you can just tap each button. Say if it's X, you'll go through X and just scroll down until you're happy to what you have, let go of it, and then that attachment will be there. On mouse and keyboard, just simply click on the item and you're good to go. And that way you have a weapon that can adjust to your playstyle playstyle depending on what your situation is. You can turn the AK-24 from a mid-range, close and personal type weapon. You can turn it into a long-range weapon. It's that easy. Now, not all of the weapons are completely adjustable, but they only have slight adjustments that you can make, say like the LMG. You're not going to turn that into a true SMG type weapon. There's just no way that you can do that, but you can come kind of close. You can actually increase the rate of fire on some of these weapons and things like that, depending on what the barrels are and all that stuff. So play with them a little bit, see what you like, see what fits your playstyle, and that way you now have your gadgets and loadouts have been set up the way you want them, and now you have your plus system and weapon attachments set up how you want them. There's fine-tuning that you can do before the game and even more adjustments that you can make while you're in the game to suit your situation and your playstyle. Now, after you've done all of that, number 7 on our list, get to know your specialist. Now, there's 2 reasons I say this. Number 1, get to know your specialist to help you, again, with your playstyle, and if you come across someone, you need to know what they're capable of. I know that you're not going to be able to tell what gun they're carrying. I know that you're not going to be able to tell what loadout or gadget they're running. However, each specialist does some unique things, and you need to be aware of it. That can either help you or it can break your day really fast. So being aware of what each specialist does is very important. You've got Sundance, who has a wingsuit. Also, McKay, they have a grappling hook. Boris with his sentry gun is a menace, and you need to be aware of it because if you're coming around a corner trying to push him, you never know. You might have 2 guns pointing at you. There's 10 different specialists that you can get to know. Just check them all out. Make sure you understand what they can and can't do. That way, it'll help you understand what you want to do, how you want to play, and what the person that you're engaging, what they're able to do. Number 8 on our list is understanding the maps and how to get around. Get to know the maps like you've gotten to know any other map in Battlefield or any other first-person shooter. You need to know what's going on, where things are, and how to get around. Some maps you're able to get a little bit of height. You can use your parachute to actually glide across the map at a great distance. The parachute is actually something that's a little different, and I should have brought that up earlier, but I decided to wait till now. You can take control of the parachute and glide and maneuver like you've never been able to do in a previous Battlefield game. You can also cut your chute if you're being shot at. So you risk being exposed when using your parachute to traverse across the map, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But you can also cut your chute if you're being shot at. So if you need to get down quickly, you can cut your chute and redeploy it if necessary. But again, you need to understand the maps that you're on. Some maps you're not going to be able to do that. Other maps you can do that. There's certain areas that you can do that from. But understanding the map and making sure that, okay, I'm on this map, that means you need to be in a vehicle and be in a vehicle quick at the start of the game. And how do you do that? Simple. Right before the round begins, click on the vehicle cog, pick the vehicle that you want, and if it's locked in, it'll let you know at the bottom of the screen. If you miss that opportunity, try clicking on one of the vehicles that have already been obtained. It will also let you know that you've been locked into that vehicle prior to the beginning of the round. If you miss out, check around the spawn area on your map and select a vehicle to jump into. At the bottom of your screen, it'll tell you that you've locked into that vehicle. So if a squad mate has gotten into a vehicle, you'll see it in green. Click on that vehicle and lock it in so that you have a ride. But once the round starts, if you haven't gotten a vehicle, well, you're hoofing it. But really, it's not that big of a deal. Depending on what map you're on, you might even find a zip line somewhere nearby that you can just zip up really quick and then fly to the first objective. Once you get to the first objective, however, you should be able to find a civilian vehicle, or maybe your call-in is available. Maybe you can call in a vehicle. So that's 2 things. Keep a lookout for civilian vehicles and keep a lookout for zip lines. That can allow you access to get greater height so that you can parachute across the map or as far as you possibly can. Now, let's talk about the big thing that probably everybody wants to know how to do is leveling up. How do you level up in this game? One of the things that I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of the video about differences is the point system when getting a kill. It's only 50 points. I know, it is what it is. But if you get lots of kills, you can get lots of points. It's amazing. They give you lots of ribbons and it can really add up. So that's how you level up. You either level up by taking out the enemy, spotting the enemy, because that gives you the same amount of points. So if you spot somebody and then they're eliminated, guess what? You get 50 points. So you can run around just spotting people like crazy if you want to. Heck, you can even run with that one specialist that has a drone and you can hover that forever and get lots of points. However, you're going to be missing out on other ribbons and things like that. So it's a weird combination. You don't want to just spot people all the time. You want to actually support your team. The more you support your team, the more ribbons that you're going to get, the more that you're going to level up, and the faster you're going to level up. So it's not my play style. It's not something that I want to do all the time, but I was amazed at how many points I got. So again, because every time you spot somebody and if they're eliminated, that's 50 points. It's 5 points per spot, so that is a fast way to do it. Now, number 10 on our list is the different game modes that we have in Battlefield 2042. As of right now, we have 2 different game mode types in the main game. That is Conquest and Breakthrough. In Portal, we also have Rush. Rush is a smaller, more compact game mode with 32 players, 16v16. As of recording this on December 16th, 2021, we currently have in the main game, you have 2 different versions of the main 2 game modes, Conquest and Breakthrough. You have one that's 128 players and one that is 64 players. The 64 player version is going to be a limited time mode. I don't know if they're going to keep that around, but we shall see. As of right now, that's what's available. Personally, I think that I like Conquest a lot better with 128 players because that's what I paid for. That's what I got into. To me, Conquest is all about all-out warfare kind of game mode. You have infantry, you have vehicles, it's just chaos. And that's what I like. I like that chaos. I like all of that. Breakthrough is a little bit more of that attack-defend game mode. One team's attacking, one team's defending. You're trying to take the objectives in order to take the sector. If 128 players or 64 players is too much for you, then I would highly recommend Rush. It's more of a competitive game mode with an attack-defend style. You can find Rush in the Portal featured play screen that is on their main menu in Portal. That way you get all the points that you would normally get if you were in the main game. Why am I saying this? Because some of the custom experiences don't allow for excessive points. If you're curious why that is, I've already made a video about it. I'll put the link in the description down below and you can go check that out. Personally, I like Conquest when I'm just goofing off with my friends. It's chaos. It's just all over the place. I really like that. And that's what I enjoy. I gotta have my 128 because to me that's what it's all about. It's big maps, it's just nothing but chaos, and I love it. And that's why I like Battlefield. I like that infantry, that vehicle, I just, you know, that sheer chaos. The idea of an enormous battle going on, and we've only able to do that with 64 players for so long, and now that we have 128 players, it is amazing. It's a lot of fun for me. And actually, you know what? That's the last thing on the list. That's the last thing that we're going to talk about today. Embrace the chaos. Embrace it. This is what Battlefield is all about. Epic battles. And that's what this game, to me, delivers in a big, big way. And I'm enjoying every second of it. And I hope you do too. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the chat on one of my streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye for now.